Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the next episode of the 100 Season 6. The last episode that we watched was called Memento Mori, and that's where the show that I thought I understood what was happening started to get more confusing again in relation to the storyline with Octavia and Dioza. So when Octavia was exposed to the that flare, solar flare, thermal flare, whatever it was called, that weird flash of light thing that came over, her hand aged, and it was aging up her body. And then she got a message from the anomaly, which drew a spiral, and they're going to go find out what that means. I have no idea what that stuff means. I really don't. And I don't think I'm meant to know yet. I think that's going to be revealed over the next couple of episodes. So the fact that I'm a bit confused doesn't worry me. I just think I was finally starting to understand the whole thing with the primes and the chips and how that all worked. And then boom, something new and confusing. But I know over the next couple of episodes, it's probably going to be more about what that means, what the anomaly is trying to say, why it's sending messages to them, and all that kind of jazz. But the fact that it's aging your arm suggests to me that maybe the anomaly is like a thing from the future, maybe some sort of like time warp. Let's do... No, don't do that, Scott. Some sort of time warp, time rift, something like that. That's my current guess right now, but I'm probably going to be wrong, so we'll see. We also had the bit right at the end of the episode where we saw Clark in that room waking up. I presume it's Clark because it seemed like Josephine went to sleep, and when she went to sleep, Clark, this person, which I presume is Clark, woke up in this room where there was all these drawings on the walls, and she could hear like voices of people that she knew and things like that. So maybe it's just to me that when we thought that the people were dead, they're not actually dead, which I kind of assumed anyway because I didn't think they'd kill off Clark like that. But maybe she's trapped inside there somewhere, and maybe Delilah's trapped inside somewhere, and all the people that we thought were dead when the Prime took over are not actually dead, and so maybe there's a way she can fight back, and maybe claw her way to the surface to be back out again, and take control of Josephine, which would be really cool. I hope so. I'm actually really enjoying watching Eliza play Josephine. I think it's really awesome. But I know it's like a limited amount of time. Like by the end of the season, that'll be over at some point. I say by the end of the season, knowing the 100, and the way I always talk about the 100 is, I presume something's going to last like a season-long storyline, and within episode 2, it's gone. I'm more than presuming that Clark will be back within a couple of episodes, but we'll see. What else happened? We also had Clark convincing Abby to save Kane by giving him one of the computer chips. Murphy's going to get one of the chips as well. So we've got a lot of different players in motion to get chips and to live forever, even though the more I think about it, as I said last episode, you're not actually living forever. Your memories get moved away, you still live the rest of your life, but you still die. You're dead, your brain is dead, you are dead, but the things that you've transported out of you, just the memories that you kept, live on elsewhere. So it's like you're living forever, but you're actually not. It's just a memory of, it's like an imprint of you is moved on and living again, and that imprint moves on and lives again. And yes, it keeps all the memories of the past bodies, but you're still dead. Like if I downloaded my memories now and put them in a chip, I wouldn't come back to life if that moved on to someone else, but that person would be infused with all my memories and behaviour and stuff. So it would be like it's me, but it's not actually me, so bit fucked up, but we'll see what happens. This episode is called Nevermind, but it's like Nevermind like one word. So like the phrase Nevermind to me is when you're just like, oh, it doesn't matter, never mind. I use that a lot, but I also saw when I googled it just to see if there was another meaning. I think it said in Hindi, the one word nevermind means nirvana. I believe that's what it said. So I'm wondering if it's anything to do with that. Other than that, I got no clues from the title what this episode is going to be about. So let's just jump into it to find out. If you enjoyed the video, please leave some comments down below. Let me know what you thought of the episode. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And if you're watching over on YouTube, please take a look at the Patreon link in the description box below for the full reaction to this episode. Every episode of Season 6 so far, the last bunch of Season 5, and there'll be a few episodes ahead of YouTube over on there. So it'll be a walk towards the season finale, I think, if we've not finished already. Let's jump into Season 6, Episode 7 of the 100, Nevermind. Here we go. So is this all like moments from her life? It is, yeah. Is this the first time she's woken up? Oh, don't. Oh, that was Finn. I saw Finn as well. Oh, I didn't recognise that reference. This is the room from the Ark. Now we are somewhere. This looks like Season 5. Who's that?
Dad.
Oh, hey. Cool.
Hello, sweetheart.
I died. Come here.
You're not really dead, don't worry.
I've been fighting for so long.
I know you have.
Oh.
I never thought I'd see you again. I didn't get to say goodbye.
If you were dead, Lexa would probably be here. Finn.
To Mom?
Jaha. Luna. Lots of people.
Between the raindrops. What else do you hear?
Is this going to be like a reflective episode?
A heartbeat.
So you are alive. Which we knew, to be fair. But
I'm still alive. You're just in my head.
unfortunately,
I loved being
yeah.
with Maddie. And I love you. So here you are. I don't understand. Am I dreaming?
This place is reacting to you. We're just in your subconscious
Yeah.
somehow. But beyond that, there are no answers for you here, Clark.
Is this the same actor that played a dad in the flashbacks and stuff? You have to let me know because I don't remember him.
Figure this out.
What the hell is going on?
Hey. Oh God, go away. Not you.
Hello, Clark.
Go away.
No.
But this precious repository of your memories is here. Because of me.
She's always going to be there.
You're welcome.
The neural mesh is still in my head. It must have interfered with the drug they used to wipe my mind.
Correct. And so
Oh.
you see, you exist.
So does that mean everyone else
Me.
is dead?
They won't if they figure out how you freed Raven.
Oh.
If I were you, and in a way I am, I'd keep this memory safe. Those painful memories aren't even here. They're cast away deep in your mind, where you don't have to face them. And yet, you can't let them go.
Wait, you said
need
this is a
painful
repository
memories.
of my memories.
Yes.
But there's something there I've never seen.
That.
Clark Griffin.
Is that
It's
Josephine?
nice to meet you. I've heard so many things. Most of them murdery, but, you know, no judgment.
Josephine?
In the flesh.
That's one of her memories.
But you shouldn't have opened that door. It's been hundreds of years since a mind wipe failed. But I gotta say, this isn't bad. Not as organized as my mind space, of course, but mildly impressive.
Mind space?
I don't like her.
The brain creates these constructs when two minds share a body.
Like lucid dreaming, only not as fun.
There were a few mishaps. I got jacked into some people's minds while the lights were still on. They were so average.
What happened?
The first was a 6-month-old. Her mind was
Oh God.
unformed, full of chaos, shapes, and sounds.
Awful. They did it
And
on
was
babies?
small. I swear, I was not that obnoxious at 15. 2 minds, 1 brain, never ends
Not
well.
good.
So this
It's totally big enough for the both of
it's
us.
a problem. How did you even survive?
Find a new body and give mine back.
I could, I suppose, but it's risky. The last primes who went on ice died forever. I'm not really into
Yeah,
that.
because of you.
Besides, possession is 9/10 of the law. And just between us girls, I kind of like your body.
You're a sociopath. Get out of my head.
Now, Clark.
I think it's really cool that she's changed her
Sharing's
appearance depending on where she is. I think that's really awesome. I like that.
You know what my spidey senses are telling me about you right now?
That I'll never help you wipe my mind.
You think you're a badass, but your bravado covers self-doubt. You'd
Of course she has self-doubt, but-
so you could keep it close, where you have control.
Kick her ass, Clark. It's her. It's her again. Oh. Hey. oh, okay. Jeez. I mean, I'd probably do the same, not gonna lie. But she absolutely kicked her ass.
We're back, bitches!
How?
Come on, you're smarter than that. How do you think we're resurrected? My mind drive backs up my consciousness. I can't die in the mind space,
Yeah.
but you can.
No, not this place. It is cool though. As much as I hated what was happening.
What are you doing here?
Ah, Blood Raider.
I have to stay ahead of her. If I can hide. I'm good at that.
As much as I hated what was happening in here, it was cool.
Hiding.
I care about both of you.
But you left him in the pits to die anyway.
I had to. And he understands.
Does he?
He forgave me.
Did he? Then why isn't he here in this memory?
I don't miss Blood Rainer, I'm not gonna lie. She was awesome, but intense.
Help me.
That'll happen.
Oh. Hey, season 2. I'm really enjoying this. Maya. That was the one that Jasper liked, right?
Why are you fighting so hard to stay alive? I have to save your people.
Yes, I know. Too bad I wasn't in that group, huh?
I never meant to hurt you, Maya.
Did she die when they pulled the switch?
Sorry.
Can't fully remember.
You keep saying that. Are you sorry about Jasper too?
Oh, no.
After all, killing me is what sent him off the deep end.
Yeah.
Jasper
Partly.
made his choice. Wrong. His death is on you too.
I don't think it is.
You
But this is in her
think
head.
yours, But other people.
So I get why
paid
she
the
feels
price.
guilty for it.
That's enough.
You've killed more people than you've saved. Do you realize that? Why don't you just give it to her? Just give up control for once.
Control. I'm in control.
You are, yeah. It's your man space.
Thank you, Melty Girl.
Which cave's this?
Nice parking spot.
Oh. Hi.
Gotcha. This is my mind space. Turns out I can create whatever I
As
want,
if? As a trap.
including her.
Cute.
I wouldn't bother.
Is this where she was with Maddie?
Things were different. We could have been friends. But I'm bored now.
How did she get so crazy?
Let me guess.
I'm
Get away
100.
from that.
Not Finn.
Oh, hey, Clark.
No.
These places control us, make us who we are. It's actually connected to the lower brain function. Breathing, reflexes. It's why you cry when you think of Lexa. All of this is guilt for the deaths you've caused, but I don't get it. Why are you so torn up? Have you ever even once considered that the solution is to sacrifice yourself?
No, don't do
Your
that.
people are safe. Bellamy made sure of it. I mean, he took your death hard, sure, but he knew the only thing a leader could do was to strike a deal for peace. Now it's time for you to step up. Bow out gracefully, and your people get to live happily ever after.
Don't listen. Of course she's gonna make you think
Bellamy
that.
would never make a deal like that.
The lack of trust hurts me, Clark. Don't start another war they'll have to fight.
I need them to be okay.
By my word, your people will be safe.
I don't
I'll be
believe you
meeting with my
though.
father first thing in the morning to discuss building them a compound. They'll have a new home, a new life.
You forgot Bellamy and Raven.
102.
An EMP. Cool.
Dad?
Don't let me cry. Monty. He's so pretty. I missed him.
You call this doing better? I get it. It's been endless. Bearing it so we don't have to. Anyone would be tired.
Yeah.
But are you really gonna leave her?
We know that she's not exactly doing so well right now because of that
Help me.
Shade Hader guy.
That's true. Yeah, that deal means our side gets to live, but at what cost?
Oh, yeah.
You're giving it to people who murder human beings to live
Yeah,
forever.
that's what I'm trying to
Easy to
say.
say. But in the real world, we have to do what's best for our people.
Doing the wrong thing is never what's best. The ends don't justify the means. You know that.
What do you want from me, Monty? It's too late.
To be alive.
Josephine already has the memory.
I said we need to get behind that door. Me and Monty, I swear, we're like
This is Josephine's mind space.
meant to be.
She controls it.
What's she gonna do? Kill you?
You have to understand, Lily. Isaac was a threat.
He'd never hurt anyone. And he was mine.
What, you couldn't stand to see me happy? He defied the will of the Primes.
He
Why?
defied oblation.
That's not the will of the Primes. That's just you. Only 2 hosts have been born in the past 20 years. People are more than their blood. I'm talking about the bigger picture here.
It's
The
true.
answer is murder? Did you think I wouldn't notice? I don't know what happened to you, but this is not who you are.
I'm getting bored. Where the hell did you drug me?
So they believe this was an accident. Let go of me.
I thought she pushed off a cliff, not just out of a window. That was me being stupid. Shocker.
Did you think I wouldn't notice my offerings going missing? The forest doesn't feed that quickly. Are you giving them to Gabriel?
She's giving babies to Gabriel.
I can explain.
Oh, I get it. You think because you're Kaylee's pet, you're more than what you are. You dilute the bloodline, you make it less likely that anyone would bear a host. I can't let that happen. I have to think of my people.
We are your people. We could be so much more. We could do so much more if only we were allowed to truly live. If you would let us be more than just your janitors or guards.
That argument would carry a lot more weight if you weren't delivering soldiers to our enemies. Tell me, how is Gabriel?
I don't like Josephine in
His latest
anybody.
health
She's
must be
awful.
95 by now.
Why should this child be sacrificed? He's done nothing.
Your spirit shall live eternally.
Oh, shush. I don't like this woman.
Why would she keep this memory locked away?
More importantly, how do we get control from here?
We heard gunshots. Maybe somebody is like a shooting in here, or something else.
And there's plenty of room at the comparative linguistics thing if you want to go.
I don't know, I'm not really feeling that social lately.
Still think you're too good for me, huh?
Oh God, he's gonna try and kill her.
That's not what
Don't lie. Just admit it. Stop toying with me and just admit what you are.
I don't.
I mean, I tried. Calls, texts, being thoughtful.
She's not interested. Let's.
What do I get?
Oh God.
Message received, you stuck-up bitch. You don't want to see me. You can see this.
Whoa. Now that would traumatize you. Holy shit.
This is the thing that she couldn't face.
You never should have come here.
There we go. Think you pissed her off.
I said I'd help your people. Deal's off.
Oh.
She's awake.
Oh shit.
I win.
Just a moment, sweetheart. With all of our people helping you, it will
Clark.
be much faster.
It's
Talk
Clark.
to Riker about a work schedule, and you'll need a detail about 50 of your own people.
Monty. Monty!
I know how to kill her once and for all.
Remember when Pike taught us Morse code?
Slept through most of Earth skills.
Like,
What does it mean?
Clark's still in there.
Clark's alive.
Hell yeah. Now kiss,
gonna get her
kiss,
back.
kiss. Oh, maybe not. Okay, guys, that was my reaction to the 100 Season 6 Episode 7, Nevermind. And that was cool. I really liked as I was trying to say towards the start of the episode, I've seen episodes of shows before where it kind of all takes place in someone's mind or someone's dreams or something like that, where we're seeing that person go from one location to another, but through like one door from like one building, and they appear like in another country or another part of their memories or another world, and then just going from room place to place to place, and things are changing around them. And that's what happened here, and I think it's really cool visually and creatively how to plan all that and set it all up. So you've got to write this scene and all these different scenes, but then when they're filming it, they got to film this scene, but then film a later scene there here. I know things are filmed out of order anyway, but I like seeing the creativeness. So, for example, when Clark was, I think, tackled by Josephine out of a doorway in one scene wearing one thing, then they fell through the doorway in another location wearing different things. Like, obviously they had to plan for all that, and I think it's really cool how they probably storyboard it all together and how it's all put together creatively to be seamless. And it's just cool for viewers to see different locations. So we got to see a lot of past locations and some characters that we've not seen for a while now. So in terms of like locations, we saw the Ark, we saw the room that she was in prison when she had the drawing on the floor, which I didn't pick up last episode because I don't remember it that much. We got to see a bit of the mountain place from the Mountain Men. I can't remember what the place was actually called. I just remember they were called Mountain Men. So that location, the thing from season 5 where she was with Maddie, that like cabin area, the bit where her dad got floated. We got to see some stuff in the woods from the earlier seasons, and it was really awesome. And the pit underneath there, you know, where all the fighting pit were on, the Blood Rainer was and all that. It was cool to see them because I like when shows as well do a bit of a flashback to past characters and moments and stuff, to kind of go through a bit of like a trip down memory lane. I like it because it not only shows you bits that you loved or didn't like say the fighting pit's awesome, didn't like what was going on there, but it was a really cool storyline. But it also kind of jogs your memory on things you might have forgotten about, like things with the whole Mountain Men. Yes, I know it happened, but I don't really think about that room with the broken window that Clark looked through and the bodies that were getting killed in there and stuff very often when I'm thinking about the show. So it's cool to kind of get that bit jogged, and I like that. And I like that we got to see some characters again. Now, the first one that we saw again was her dad. Don't really know him too well. I know he died before the show really started, so we didn't spend any time with him. I presume it's the same actor. Let me know if it's not. Then we got to see Ali again. Now, please let me know down below. I'll have researched it by the time this goes out, but tell me anyway, because it takes a few times sometimes when the complicated bits go into my memory, what it was that Ali did that helped save her. Now, I know they said, was it just that when she was part of Ali, a bit part of that had the chip in her, they didn't remove it with the the EMP, electromagnetic thing? Is it because they took her out that way, whereas with Raven and Abby they did the electricity thing? So is that why Clark was able to survive the mind wipe? Just because something that happened with Ali when she got taken out saved her? Again, let me know down below the kind of the details of that, because I didn't pick up on it myself. It was a little confusing. I think I was still just shocked that Ali was there. Makes sense, because obviously she's one of the memories, and also if she was still partly there because of what happened, that also makes sense. But yeah, Ali. And then we saw her again later on. It was probably more Becca, but on the magazine in the cafe, and I'm like, these bitches, I'm sick of seeing them. Again, I've said it multiple times this season, whilst I like that it all links back to past stuff, it is like, right, I've seen enough of Ali now, let me see someone else. I'm sick of seeing her. I hated Ali. I liked the storyline. It was cool in like the whole zombie, people getting infected. It was like it was technology, but it acted like a zombie virus sort of thing. People getting infected and turning against everybody. But yeah, I'm okay not to see Becca for a while now. Like, and Ali, please just stay away. But we also got to see Maya. I've not got a ton of memories of Maya. I think she was the one that Jasper was like fancied, and they kind of fancied each other. They were sort of starting a thing, and then she got killed. I guess good to see her again. I would have preferred to see someone that I remembered more, but I guess the whole point of that kind of character was to say, like, you let me die. You keep saying you're doing the right thing, but you're letting people die along the way. You're killing. I think she said the line she said that I loved was, "You've killed more people than you've saved." I think that's a really impactful line. You think, oh, the people she killed at the mountain and people she killed elsewhere, has she killed more people than she saved? I don't know, because you also think the amount of people she saved when she stopped the whole alley thing with the City of Light, with Lex's help, obviously. She saved loads of people through all that. But that line really stuck with me, like, you kill more people than you saved. If that is true, then it's like, that's a massive stab to the heart and like a eye-opening sort of thing. Like, you say you're constantly doing the right thing and saving people, but you're actually killing lots of people on the way. So is it right? Which I think is really interesting philosophically. I can't speak today. What's going on? Philosophically, to think about. Is it worth saving all these people if you're killing those people on the way? Which is partly why she kind of gave in to Josephine partway towards the end when she kind of agreed to let Josephine take over. We'll get to it. So we saw Maya for a bit. I would have liked to have seen Jasper. I think that would have been more impactful. But I get why. It was cool to go to the mountain and see someone from there again. That was good. We also got to see Monty again. Monty, he's so cute. I love him. I miss Monty so much. I still agree that he got a great ending. And I don't regret that they killed him off that way. I think it was a really good way to get rid of the character, to end that storyline. But I do miss him. And I'm going to say, if anyone was going to save the day, it was going to be Monty. And he helped Clark. I know it's not really him. It's the memory of him and the memory of Becca and the memory of Maya and the memory of her dad and that kind of stuff. I know it's not really them. But I still enjoyed seeing him again. And he's the one that helped her get through to getting past the Josephine thing. He said, like, this is not doing better. Like, you're just letting them win. And she said, it's because it's going to help my people. But then he got around to, like, the better side of it. Was like, yeah, but at what cost? Like, they're just going to keep killing people and taking over and keep killing people and taking over. And by just kind of giving into it, whilst it helps your people right here and now, it's not stopping the long-term devastation that they're doing on the people by killing everybody. So once again, Monty helped save the day. Even if it wasn't really him. Oh, and we also got to see Blood Rainer again in the pits, which was quite cool, because even though Octavia's still not back to being the Octavia that we know and love, she's definitely moved on from that Blood Rainer that we saw that was very intense, very scary. But when we went back to that pit, when there was the whole, the cages and the fire and Blood Rainer was there, it is really creepy. Like, the whole thing is scary and creepy, and it feels so long ago since we were there. Don't get me wrong, it was... I think I said season 4 in the episode, season 5. It was season 5 that we had the pits and all that stuff right at the beginning of season 5. So it was only just over a season ago, but it feels so far away from where we are now that it feels a lot longer than that. That's why I probably thought it was earlier than that. I thought it was season 4. It wasn't, because After the World Ended, which was the end of season 4. This show moves... So much happens in this show. So, that was really cool to see that again. So the whole thing with Josephine was... When she put the sedative in her mouth at the end of the last episode, we found that Clark was still alive, which we kind of knew, but we got confirmation Clark is alive in this mind space. She survived because of something to do with Becca, which just lead me to believe that Delilah is really dead, which is really sad. I was kind of hoping that when Clark or whoever got through and brought Clark back and they won, that they'd be able to get Delilah back, because then they'd be able to get Delilah back with Jordan. But I'm guessing Delilah's just gone now, which is really sad. But Josephine went into the memories because she knew Clark was there to try and defeat her and stop her. Now, Clark kicked her ass. I mean, that was so impressive. It's still annoying that because Josephine could just come back straight away. But that fight scene at the beginning, Clark whooped her ass cleanly. I don't think Josephine even got hit in. Kicked her, punched her, smashed the door into her head, and won. Got hiccuping, sorry. And won really easily, really easily. That was so impressive. But the Josephine kept going back, and she was basically trying to reason to Clark that if you let me take over, I'm saving your people, and we're giving them their own place. We're going to help them build a whatever community, whatever they said elsewhere, so they can survive on this moon, and live a normal life. Now, I don't trust Josephine because we know that she killed people. We saw through the memories towards the end that she killed someone whose name I can't remember. Elijah, I think, because he was messing with the whole Prime thing. Maybe he didn't want to carry on with the bloodline thing anymore because there was no Nightblood being born, but rather than, he was taking the babies and giving them over to Gabriel's side. So obviously he was kind of working against what Josephine was wanting to do, and so she killed him, but then because Kaylee found out, Kaylee killed Josephine's body by poisoning her and then throwing her out of a window. I thought she pushed her off a cliff. I don't know why I thought that, but when they said about the fall, something in my head just put fall, cliff together. I was wrong all along, so... she killed her by pushing her out of a window, so we kind of got those pieces together to see why she killed Josephine. So Josephine is very unhinged, as we saw throughout the whole episode. She's crazy. She's a very intense person, and just there's a lot going on in her head. And so she was trying to reason with Clark, and actually kind of got through to Clark and said that, we are saving your people. You let me take over, you kill you, but your people will be okay. And Clark gave in until Monty came along and said, this is not the way. But just all those scenes with Clark and Josephine going through Clark's different memories, and Josephine appearing as like the intruder alert, like threats every time, I thought was really awesome. And I really liked the bit as well when there was the fake Maya and she put the necklace on her, which was the cave with Maddie, and just seeing all the different locations and just seeing them both in it, fighting through them all. I really liked it. It was so creative. And whilst we don't get a lot of progress on much of our main storylines, I want more of Octavia and Dio's and all those things that were going on. Maddie, the Shade Hader, find out more about that. That'll be next time, that's fine. There's one episode that's focusing on Clark trying to fight to survive. Was good and really creatively interesting. And like I say, I like trips through memory lane to see things that we may have forgotten about or drag memory a little bit past things. And this was a really cool way to do it. So through Monty being there and kind of making Clark realise that letting Josephine win is not the best idea, obviously because she's crazy, we need to fight and we need to survive and win. So, as we said from the start, we need to get through that Christmas door to find out what's going on in there, why Josephine was so adamant that you don't go in there. We went in, we saw a whole of memory books, saw a few memories which I said about killing Elijah, then getting killed by Kaylee. But then there was that special door which Monty managed to open, and in there we saw the memory that she did not want to see, the one that she hid away, and all that, which was, she was in a cafe with her friend, and the guy that fancied her walked in, which was the guy, if you don't know what the hell I was talking about, the last Halloween film that came out was called Halloween Ends. Terrible film. Well, this is a bit of a side note. I think it would have been a good film on its own, but because it was the last in the Jamie Lee Curtis Halloween saga, it was terrible. Because, well, spoiler alert if you've not watched it, but 90% of the film she's not in, it's all focused on this guy that we saw, this actor that was in this, and Michael Myers teaming up to be serial killers together. And it was like, this is not what we wanted. We wanted the, I feel like I'm ranting now, but I'm frustrated about it still. We wanted this big Jamie Lee Curtis, Laurie Strode fight against her Michael Myers, her tormentor, for all this time. It's been 40 years, let's fight to the death. And we got a little bit of that right towards the end. That's like the film ending, a couple of scenes was all that stuff. But most of the film was about this other dude, so I'm still bitter about it. But yeah, back to the 100. Oh, before we talk about that a little bit as well, just another side note. I really liked that the lock code was 102. I thought it was really cute. Anyway, back to the cafe. So he came in, this actor who apparently only plays psychopaths because he fancied her, didn't like that she wasn't into him. So he put the gun on the table and was like, well, blah, 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 said what he had to say, shot himself right in front of her. And that's kind of like the traumatic memory that maybe has made her be as messed up as she is. Now, I feel sorry for the friend that was next to her. They got the blood splatter on her as well, who had nothing to do with it and just had to watch this innocent guy shoot himself. But yeah, this guy killed himself in front of Josephine. That's the memory she wanted to hide away. But they found it. Josephine was pissed off about it, went into the fight. But Josephine ended up waking up, so they didn't actually fight in the end, which is a shame because I was looking forward to a big woman-on-woman fight to the end. I thought it would be really cool. Even if Josephine would have just come back again, I would have enjoyed that fight scene. But yeah, she woke up, she was like, oh, I win, I know how to kill you now. Because through the whole thing with Clark, she found the EMP thing that Clark gave it to her. But once you get around to it, I was like, right, we'd find a way to get through this. So as Jasper was coming up with details with the agreement with Russell, Josephine was behind her, but then she was tapping on her arm like that. Because inside, with the whole Christmas lights flashing, Stranger Things sort of thing, Clark and Monty, keep calling him Jasper, oops. Clark and Monty were kind of finding a way to signal what was going on. Don't know how they figured out that was the way to do it, but it's fine. They figured a way to signal Bellamy that Clark was alive through the Morse code on the arm. So whilst Josephine, I'm so bad with names today. Well, Josephine has now decided she's going to kill Clark, and that needs to be done. She's been killed and gone, but she's still alive in there. Monty has now given them a way to realise that she's still alive. Bellamy and what's his name? Miller. I told you my brain is frazzled today. Bellamy and Miller know Clark is alive, and so they know that they need to find a way to get her back. So that leads us nicely onto the next episode, which is going to probably focus a bit more on that. Although I do know from the title, we're going to find out more about the anomaly, Gabriel, that stuff as well. So I do wonder what's going to happen next time. But this was really cool. I like the creativeness of the memory thing. I like getting to see more actual original Josephine quite a bit as well as we saw her in the older lady's body, who was the one that killed Elijah and got pushed out the window. I don't like Josephine. Like, I like Clark, Eliza playing Josephine. I think it's really interesting. Yeah, I'd be very, very happy once she's dead and once she's gone, because I just don't like the kid. As much as we finally saw her initial memory, that's maybe her most dark memory and why she's so messed up, I'm ready for her to go. So, 3 episodes time, hopefully we're going to have a fight. I'm going to get Josephine back. I hope. We'll see. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the episode. I enjoyed it too. I enjoyed the different characters that we saw from the past. The Blood Rainer, Monty, her dad, Maya. I would have loved to see more. In particular, I would have loved to have seen Lexa. I think if Lexa would have been there, I think that would have been really emotional, but also Alexa would help get through to her brain. So maybe, as well as Monty being the voice of reason, I think Lexa would have helped her kind of realise as well that she needs to fight. And so I would have loved to see Lexa there, other than just a quick flash of memory. So I think, out of all the people that I would love to see, Lexa would have been the one that I think should have come back. But I get, it's not always as easy as just bring back whoever you want. There's always feasibility issues and all that kind of jazz. So, shame we didn't see her, but we got to see Monty, which is fine by me, because I love Monty. Yeah, let me know down below what you thought of the episode. As always, my name is Scott. Hope you guys are well. Take care of yourself, staying safe. I'm excited to see your comments on this one, because that was a really creatively interesting episode. But yeah, please subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Take a look at Patreon link at the description box down below to watch the full-length reaction to this episode, as well as the next few episodes ahead of YouTube. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and I'll see you all very soon for the next episode of the 100 Season 6. Bye, guys. Take care. Stay safe.